I am the woman behind Blue Hummingbird beadwork, and Blue Hummingbird is my spirit name.
Britt Ellis makes one-of-a-kind patches and pins using traditional beadwork. Her brand is called Blue Hummingbird, and it can be found this week at Indigenous Fashion Week, Toronto.
The whole fashion week runs from the 26th to the 29th, and there's going to be a variety of things happening within that time. So I'll be sort of popping in and out at different things. I am featured in the marketplace, so I'll have my part of my Moons and Blooms collection available there. So the idea that folks from other parts of Turtle Island and other parts of the world can tune in and check it out, it is pretty special. There's a lot of misunderstanding and stereotype around indigeneity. There's a lot of erasure and clumping us all together. So it's really important to highlight and celebrate the differences between our nations as a collective Indigenous people.
Britt started beading 8 years ago when she attended a drop-in beading circle at her college. A beading circle is a social circle where people interact and create beadwork. She says she's been at it since.
And beadwork, for me, is so essential to Indigenous culture because it's like a picture. It's a moment frozen in time, and our themes and motifs from our different nations, we fold those and blend those into our beadwork. And again, everyone's work is so individual and recognizable because their experiences are folded into that.
This line of work is not easy. It can take up to 10 hours to complete a smaller set of earrings.
Then there are pieces that I've worked on that have been over 80 hours, for example. I made a solar system piece that's on display in New Mexico right now.
This collection that's showing it at Toronto, it's called Asiski Maskiki, which is about earth medicines. And these are practices that are part of our artistic practice on a daily and always have been.
Those were the designers behind Indie City, a jewelry line focused on contemporary and traditional art. They can be found this week at Indigenous Fashion Week, Toronto.
So we're showing on the runway for the Streams night, and we're with a lineup of really incredible designers. I'm really quite humbled to be in the mix amongst them.
Saturday night, 7 p.m. and that'll be online.
The duo started their jewelry line back in 2014.
We started seeing each other. We're partners in life and business. I was doing a street style blog at the time, and it was called Indigenicity, and it was just a cheeky misnomer. I was just trying to test my fashion sense, I guess, see where I was at. And then I was beadworking at the same time and just kind of reclaiming that traditional art for myself, because my great-grandmother was a beadworker. But it wasn't until I met Alex and I actually lost my job. So I had to figure something out that I wanted to do, that I wanted to invest time into.
And that's how Indie City was born.
It's like contemporary art juxtaposed with traditional art.
So we set up the machine, we set up the software, we do everything from A to Z. It's a lot of fun.
The two are from Calgary, Alberta, and we're looking forward to traveling to Toronto for Indigenous Fashion Week. But because of COVID-19, the show is now digital.
I think we were really excited to participate in the fashion show in Toronto, but this is definitely a new experience for everybody, having the festival online, so it'd be interesting how it's played out.
I think representation in the mainstream in terms of fashion or whatever it may be, any art form, is something that we really need to start introducing to the mainstream. Fashion itself is a form of resistance. Mm-hmm. And it's about reclaiming those old ways and bringing it forward so that future generations can enjoy what existed before.
Indigenous Fashion Week Toronto will take place from November 26th to the 29th. For a full lineup, you can go to our website, citynews.ca, under Extras. For City News, I'm Stella